Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a product that's been getting a ton of buzz online called ProDentim. It claims to have a completely new angle on oral health. So, if you've ever felt like you're doing all the right things, brushing, flossing, but not quite getting the results you want, well, this breakdown of what the reviews are saying might just be for you. So let's just start with something I think a lot of us can relate to. You're diligent, right? You brush twice a day, you floss, you maybe even use mouthwash, but you still have worries about your teeth and gums. Sound familiar? I mean, if that hits home for you, you are definitely not alone. And this leads to what some people are calling the oral health paradox. Millions of us are doing everything we were taught to do, but we're still wrestling with things like bad breath that just won't go away, teeth that aren't as white as we'd like, sensitive gums, or even getting cavities when we thought we were doing everything right. It's a huge, widespread frustration. So, what gives? What could possibly be the missing piece of the puzzle here? Well, all the sources we looked at kept pointing to the same thing: our relationship with the bacteria in our mouths. And this is where the whole idea behind ProDentim comes in. The thinking isn't to just nuke everything in there, but to actually create a healthy environment where the good bacteria can win. You can really think of it like this. There are two totally different approaches. On one hand, you have traditional products that are kind of like a sledgehammer. They just wipe out all the bacteria, the good guys along with the bad guys, and that can really mess with your mouth's natural balance. But the probiotic approach? That's more like tending to a garden. It's all about putting beneficial microbes back in to help restore that healthy balance. And ProDentim? Well, it's all in on this probiotic idea. The main claim, the big headline, is that every single one of these chewable tablets is packed with a whopping 3.5 billion probiotic strains. And these aren't just any strains. They're specifically picked to support your teeth and gums. Okay, so what's actually in this stuff that makes it work? According to the reviews, it's a really interesting combination of key probiotic strains and then a special blend of natural ingredients. So let's break that down. So the formula really revolves around these three heavy hitters. First up, you've got Lactobacillus paracasei, which is known for supporting healthy gums. Then there's Lactobacillus rotari, which is said to help with inflammation and sensitivity. And finally, B-Lactis BL04 is in there to help balance out the good and bad bacteria, and even support your respiratory system. The whole idea is that these good guys help crowd out the troublemakers. But it's not just about adding the good bacteria. You gotta feed them, right? So the formula also includes things to help them out. You've got inulin, which is a prebiotic. It's basically food for the good bacteria to help them thrive. There's malic acid, which you find in things like strawberries, and that's in there to help with natural teeth whitening. You've also got tricalcium phosphate for tooth support, and of course, peppermint, which is great for its anti-inflammatory properties, and, it makes your breath fresh. Now, a big question people always have is about quality and safety. The sources really make a point to mention that the formula is made with 100% natural ingredients. They also say it's produced right here in the USA in an FDA-registered and GMP-certified facility. For anyone who doesn't know, GMP just stands for Good Manufacturing Practices. It basically means they have to follow super strict quality and safety standards. All right, so you know what's in it, but how do you actually use it? Well, the routine described in all the reviews is designed to be incredibly simple and easy to make a part of your day. It's honestly a super straightforward 3-step process you do each morning. You just pop one tablet in your mouth, and here's the key part. You chew it slowly. You really want to let it dissolve. That way, all those good probiotics get released directly into your mouth, right where you want them to go to work. So the big question? What kind of results are people seeing? The reviews are full of testimonials just like this one, with people saying they notice things like fresher breath or their gums feeling healthier within just a few weeks. But of course, it's always important to remember that everybody's different and results are going to vary from person to person. So let's get real about the timeline here. While it's true some people might notice little improvements pretty quickly, the consistent advice across the board is to be patient. The sources suggest giving it at least 3 months to see those really significant benefits, and for the absolute best, most long-lasting results, they recommend sticking with it for 3 to 6 months. All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty, the practical stuff. We're talking about cost, the guarantee, and a really important warning that was stressed in every single source we looked at. When it comes to pricing, it's a pretty standard setup for supplements. You can definitely buy just one bottle to try it out. But the official website usually has these big discounts if you buy in bulk, with the 6-bottle package almost always being the best bang for your buck on a per-bottle basis. Now, this is a really big deal and something the reviews all highlight: the guarantee. ProDentim comes with a 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee, What that means is you can try it for 2 full months, and if you're not happy for any reason, you can ask for a full refund. It makes giving it a shot pretty much risk-free. Okay, now listen up, because this might be the single most important piece of info from all the reviews. To get the real, authentic ProDentim, and to make sure you're covered by that 60-day guarantee, you have to buy it from the official website. The sources are all unanimous on this. They warn that there are fakes and knockoffs sold on other sites that just don't work and could even be unsafe. So, to pull this all together, let's just do a quick, honest rundown of the pros and cons based on what the sources are claiming. On the pro side, it's all natural, it's super easy to use, it targets the root cause in the oral microbiome, and it's backed by that solid money-back guarantee. On the con side, it's not a magic pill, you need to be patient, it's only sold online, results can differ for everyone, and to get the best price, you really need to buy in bulk. This whole thing really leaves us with a fascinating, big-picture question. ProDentim represents this major shift in thinking, right? It's moving away from just scrubbing our teeth clean and moving towards actually cultivating a healthy living ecosystem inside our mouths. Could this biological approach be where oral care is headed in the future? It's pretty interesting to think about. And that's our look at ProDentim, based on all the online reviews and information out there. For anyone who's curious and wants to check out the claims for themselves or just get more info, every single source we looked at directs people straight to the official product website for the authentic stuff. Thanks so much for tuning in.